They just sold a house in L.A. called The One, and it's a great story.
Oh, they
and
sold
I
it.
subscribed to the L.A. Times. They sold it, and the thing about this house is the builder is in a shitload of debt. If you go to the LA Times article, which you're not subscribed to, but I'll give you the time to subscribe right now for $1 for 6 months, what publications are you subscribed to for the good of the show?
Wall Street Journal, I finally signed up for.
Here's what you, no, this is what you should be subscribed to. And I'm not kidding.
Okay.
And you could submit this and I'll pay for it like I do everything else. Here's what you should literally be subscribed to. The New York Times, the LA Times, the Wall Street Journal, probably the Miami Herald, Chicago Tribune, especially because of Lightfoot, the Chicago Tribune, the Boston Globe. Like, you should subscribe to like 10 or 20 papers, truly.
Okay.
You know, even the Cleveland Plain Dealer, because there's stories in there.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But again, I know it's your, like, how do we do less, spend less, do it on the cheap.
Well, this is my one of 6 free articles for the month for LA Times.
Well,
so.
is that the way to build a show?
No,
Into an empire?
It is not.
Trying to have 6 free articles?
No.
That's right. Thank you. Well, this article is cool because the guy that built this house took a $90 million subprime loan from a company called Westlake Financial, which does hard money loans, which means loans you can't get in the traditional banking system. So the developer took this loan, and then he went wild. I mean, he built this massive home. It's 100,000 square feet. It's grotesque and heinous, vulgar. And this guy then had trouble selling it. So then he was like, hey, he went to Westlake Financial. He's like, and this guy's a billionaire that is building the home. And he goes, well, hey, why don't I just live in the house and we'll do, I swear to God, this is all in the article. He goes, we'll do celebrity boxing events. We'll make our money another way. We don't have to sell it. We won't flip it. I got in too deep. I went too crazy. I spent too much money. He goes, we'll do celebrity boxing events, and then I'll do the best entertainers in the world. Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston, and they'll all be holograms. And there'll be holograms, and then people beating the shit out of each other in the backyard, and then holograms of Michael Jackson and Whitney Houston. And that's how we'll make our money instead of flipping the house. Read a little bit of the article. It is interesting when you get to this point where you start building things that are this big. And again, you want to sell it for more money? Lift the sanctions.
Okay, so the mega mansion known as The One sold Thursday for $126 million at a bankruptcy auction.
It's a deal. By the way, $126 million for that house is a steal. It's a steal. $126 million. It's a good price. It's Bel Air prime.
That's a huge discount from $295 million listing price, even with the 12% auction fee, bringing the total to $141 million. It set a record for the costliest house sold at auction, but it fell well short of the California sales record set by venture capitalist Mark Andreessen, who purchased a Malibu estate for $17.7 million. So this is still leagues and above.
Wait a minute, 17.7. Who gives a fuck? Why is that even in the article?
They put a period here. That's it should be $177 million. Yeah, I don't know why they put a period there. That doesn't make any sense. The most ever spent on a U.S. residence was $238 million by hedge fund mogul Ken Griffin for a New York City penthouse in 2019.
Right.
Several international sales have surpassed $300 million, though. So the buyer will be disclosed by March 8th when paperwork must be submitted.
I hope it's Putin. I pray to God it's Putin. What a great show. Putin's in Bel Air.
It says the buyer pool for this is very small. And with everything happening in Russia, all of a sudden those Russian billionaires who may have been your best bet to buy it are pulling out.
Lift the sanctions.
Yeah.
Lift the... It's not their fault they own a yacht. It's not their fault Putin went a little wacky. It's not their fault. Is it Roman Abramovich's fault? It's not. He's got to sell the Chelsea Football Club. It's not his fault. Shout out to Roman Abramovich.
It says here, The guy who bought it just got a great deal. He's got people willing to pay $50,000 a day just to do commercials and films. I mean, that's going to be a long time to make your money back.
That's not a good deal at all. What are you, an idiot?
That's what the realtor said.
Yeah, well, these people are brain dead.
Hanky? Who's Hanky?
I don't know who Hanky is.
Oh, the largest creditor is Los Angeles billionaire Don Hankey, who lent
Yes.
$106 million to the dream project of
He's
developer
a hard
Niall
scrabble subprime lender scumbag who's got an office, I think, in the Valley, right? Westlake Financial.
At West Side
Westlake Financial.
Yeah.
And he's a real old school scumbag. And he lent this guy $90 million or something.
He lent him exactly $106 million, and the lender is owed more than $130 million in secured debt, including money he provided in bankruptcy to repair and spiff up the property.
Yeah, so and now who did he lend it to? Who did Hanky lend this?
The developer, Niall Naomi.
Yeah, Niall Naomi, who's a billionaire in L.A., right? I believe.
He's a developer. Let me see if he's a billionaire. I don't know if he is.
He might not be. I guess he's not if this is all happening.
He's an American former film producer turned real estate developer who's built and sold multi-million-dollar mansions.
Do they have a net worth?
Oh, he did Point Blank. Interesting. Let me see his net worth. Niall's net worth is $6 billion.
Yeah, he's a billionaire. And they're still fighting over this. And the guy from Westlake Financial is also a billionaire. Interesting. What's his worth?
Don Hankey?
Yeah, Don Hankey. He's just an old school. He's one of the last subprime lenders. Hard money, baby. God, it gives me a hard cock. What a beautiful thing.
$5.5 billion.
So you have two billionaires fighting over this house, the debt that was lent to build this. By the way, go Google this thing. It is heinous. And I say that fully understanding and appreciating how ostentatious and vulgar LA homes usually are. This is especially grotesque. It is ugly in a way that is hard to describe. It is aesthetically displeasing. It is a big waste of money. Truly. It is a big waste of money. It is only for some billionaire that wants to say, that they own the most expensive home in America. And obviously this isn't, but it was supposed to be. It was listed for $295 million. It was supposed to be the most expensive home in America. So again, who would want that? Oligarch, a sheik, Saudi, somebody, Chinese amusement park tycoon, Russian fertilizer magnate. It's a small buyer's pool. But I mean, go look at this house, and they call it the one. It is obnoxious beyond anything that you can even. It's not even nice. Are you looking at it?
Yeah. It's in the article. I mean, it
has like a moat around it.
Yeah.
It's like a swimming pool.
Yeah.
And it looks like a moat.
Yeah, it's dumb.
But I'm rooting for Don Hankey, the hard money lender.
Yeah, so he took over his father's dealership in 1972, and he built the Hankey Group, and its main business being Westlake Financial Services, which makes subprime car loans.
Here's the thing with a guy like Don Hankey. No matter how much money he has, they still treat him like scum. Like that other guy, Niall's a developer, and he hangs out with the beautiful people. And Don Hankey is he's a sunburned, low-class scumbag.
He is, actually.
Yeah,
I'm looking
is.
him up.
No, he's a real drunk. And no matter what, he's not in that Hollywood glitterati respected. He's an unfortunate looking guy. Even though he's a billionaire, he's a used car salesman. Yes. He's got the stink of used cars on him. And he got swindled into lending this Niall, this Hollywood playboy, real estate developer, film producer, probably just fucking tens all day. And Don Hankey. The name Hankey sounds like handkerchief. He is but that's why I root for him, because he's just got soot on his red, sunburnt face. And he's just trying to recoup his money. And even though he's a billionaire, you just look at him, you go, he's one of those where they don't want him in the club. They don't want him in the country club. They don't want him anywhere. He's got a couple of properties in Malibu, but like they don't want him anywhere. They don't want Don Henke.
This was expected to hit the market at $500 million when they first built it.
They were mentally ill here.
Yeah, they really took a bath here.
And the buyer is going to be revealed
March 8th.
March 8th. Who do you think it's going to be?
Well, it's 105,000 square feet, right? You have a
Big.
50-seat theater. You have 9 bedrooms, multiple kitchens. This is big. This is a big, big place. It's gotta be. So it's probably not a Russian oligarch, right?
Yeah.
It's probably not a Russian.
I hope it's Nancy Pelosi. It's probably not a Russian.
Probably not a Russian.
It's an Arab.
So it's probably a Saudi.
It's an Arab. It may not be a Saudi. Could be a Qatari. Somebody from the United Arab Emirates. It's an Arab. Or it's somebody from China. But I don't know. Because of COVID and everything.
But we won't know because it'll just be the name of their company, their offshore
Most
thing.
likely, unless they want you to know they own it. They may want you to know they own it. I don't know.